Wednesday, April 27th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I am meteorologist Matthew East, and we continue to see our multi-day severe weather event across a good chunk of the southern and eastern part of the country unfolding today. And another one of those rare high risks of severe weather has been put out now for the second consecutive day. And pretty significant, obviously, severe weather scenario unfolding across portions of the southeast. Now let's go to the storm reports from yesterday. This is from Tuesday and Tuesday night. A good number of them, in fact, 425 total storm reports. Here's how the radar looks this morning. There's been some really mean thunderstorms during the overnight and pre-dawn hours through parts of Mississippi. Into western Alabama. A number of pretty significant damage reports rolling in as I speak here during the 5 a.m. Eastern time hour in parts of Mississippi especially. In fact, here's the snapshot from the Columbus Air Force Base NEXRAD site. This was again early during the 5 a.m. hour today, and you can see how that active line of storms is ongoing. But that's just kind of wave one of today. Excuse me, of today's severe weather threat. The main upper-level energy is still way back here in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, and the atmosphere already beginning to fire off some new thunderstorms in the Arklatex region. Here's the deal. Again, you have this line of storms, and what we're probably going to see happen is this band of rain and storms will continue to slow down and break up to some extent here in parts of the Tennessee Valley. At the same time, you can see the new thunderstorms going up here in the Arklatex region, and that will continue to advance northeastward. And assuming we can see this big band of rain and storms fall apart to some extent, then the atmosphere is going to be primed and ready to go for round two, and probably the more significant round of severe weather over parts of the Tennessee Valley and the deep south later today. A lot of warmth ahead of the system, a lot of temperatures greater than 70 degrees here during the pre-dawn hours, so you know it's warm, it's muggy, feels like a summertime morning out there. There's your day one severe weather outlook, a high risk, including cities such as Huntsville, Birmingham, Tupelo, and just southwest of Chattanooga. Moderate risk surrounding that into the mountains of North Carolina and all the way up to the Ohio River. And then a standard slight risk covering really the rest of the region. There's your tornado probabilities today. Obviously, tornadoes are a very big concern, and if we do get the atmosphere to recharge in the areas there in the Tennessee Valley, then it could be a deal where the atmosphere is favorable for those long track, violent type tornadoes. There's the wind probabilities, and it is due to the wind probabilities that moderate risk is extending into the western Carolinas, and there's your hail probabilities, probably at least in the Carolinas, the lesser of the severe weather threat. So let me take you through a couple of the indices. This is the significant tornado parameter valid this afternoon, and those values are sky high over parts of eastern Mississippi into Alabama and southern Tennessee. And here's one of the indices I really like. This is the Craven Significant Severe Weather Parameter. What this does is it combines several different of the elements that we look at in terms of severe weather indices, kind of combines them together and gives us a composite index. And it's maxing out this afternoon in Mississippi, Alabama, into southern Tennessee. You track that eastward. Notice the value is pretty significant in the Carolinas by early this evening. So it's going to be a deal where there probably will not be a ton of storms around in the Carolinas this afternoon and this evening, but any storms that do form will have to be closely watched for severe weather potential, as a lot of the parameters will already be in place this afternoon and this evening. But again, notice the maxed out values early this evening over easternmost Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee, and obviously the values decrease then as the main system gets here during the pre-dawn hours into the Carolinas tomorrow, but still some pretty significant numbers being put out. And there we are at 8 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning. And so that'll be when the main core of the system begins to sweep into the Piedmont. There's the upper air chart. There's our disturbance responsible for all the severe weather. Notice a lot of the energy does stay west of the mountains, but it's close enough that we're going to have to watch the severe weather potential. And then there's the next system swinging in by Tuesday of next week. I'll just quickly scan through the model data here. I know the video is running a little long already, but here we are in the GFS this afternoon, and then watch the explosive development over Alabama and into Tennessee and Kentucky as we get into this afternoon. That activity then spreads slowly eastward, and the timing in a lot of the modeling is actually slowed down just a bit in terms of the Carolinas here. So here we are at 7 a.m. The GFS is still the fastest model, and it now has the line getting roughly to the I-85 corridor 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Some of the models even slower than that. And then the band of rain and storms progresses eastward through the day tomorrow, and there'll be a severe weather threat through the day tomorrow in eastern parts of North Carolina. Let's see. Have some other charts there. I'll just kind of wrap it up with that, though, since the video is running a little long already. So that's the deal. Significant severe weather threat unfolding, the highest risk back in the Tennessee Valley, parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, but the threat does certainly extend into the Carolinas. I don't think we're going to see a tornado outbreak in the Carolinas, the magnitude of what we had back on April 16th. That's obviously a rare event, but I do think the parameters are there for some type of severe weather episode, and that'll be something we watch, of course, very closely. You want to keep it tuned to News 14 Carolina. Also, you need to have that NOAA weather radio ready and on in the alert position here. This is one of those deals where, again, could have some overnight storms in parts of the Carolinas tonight. You need that weather radio to wake you up and let you know if there's a warning in your area. All right, that's it for today. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and God bless.